lost 2 majors in the same month. Cutting corners made it worse, fucking around with fuck. The trap lead, Cooper flag made the white jump. When the plug got knocked, I started giving fronts.
Officer Tatum, do not do any more debates. Just sit out the next couple. You made a fool of yourself. He sat down with a woman having a conversation about Black Wall Street, and it did not play out the way that he thought it would. Absolutely destroyed him. Don't know what y'all see in them, but I digress.
Completely glossed over the Tulsa race riots, and when Black people did succeed under capitalism, those communities were destroyed. We completely glossed over eminent domain and how much of the Black community was taken, like literal Black.
Let's talk about.
Like, what about Seneca Village?
Let's talk about Black Wall Street. Let's talk about Black Wall Street. Are we on the same page of what happened in the Tulsa riots?
Debunking MAGA History, episode 27. Y'all know why the fuck I'm here, and I cannot believe this man willingly went on Jubilee. Just
matter of fact, shout out to the leftist Timothy for covering this. Is it Timothy or Himothy? My bad, bro. Y'all see it right there, but yeah.
Got tore the fuck up, so let's talk about Tulsa.
Tulsa race war.
It depends. What do you think happened?
Well, I know what happened. There was a conflict between Black and white people. There was a fight between the two. White people got the best of Black people in Tulsa.
Then no, we are not on the same page.
Well, no. Let me finish, and you tell me where I'm wrong.
You know, like the way he prefaced it, it was like he was happy that Black people lost or got their ass whooped. That's how it sounded to me. I could be wrong. Nigga, your summary in a nutshell was trash. Your delivery was absolutely abhorrent. You're going into this already 0-1. Let's continue though.
In that fight, there was a lot of Black businesses destroyed in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They rebuilt, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years later, and they begin to continue to succeed. Is that not factual?
Yeah, not factual, kind of starting at the end here, but the idea they were all able to rebuild and continue succeeding is complete and utter bullshit. Because how did the city respond? Oh, this is a great opportunity to rezone the entire area and call it industrial. Sorry, you can't reopen that Black business here. This is now zoned as industrial. Not only that, people who were able to rebuild were not compensated properly because guess what? This is all industrial now, guys, so the land is nowhere near as valuable as it used to be.
They didn't even want to help none of the injured people. Folks was hiding under trees and all type of shit. When they came through there, they were burning down houses. They literally was killing people in front of their family and all type of shit. Yeah, bro, you picked the wrong day to sit there.
So we'll give you about a third for it. You can spend the rest of your life in debt. That is if we don't just place your land in a trust overseen by white developers, because obviously they knew how to redevelop the area better than Black people ever could. It was outright fucking theft. They spent the rest of their lives trying to recover from that incident, and they were never able to.
No.
What's the truth? What happened there?
I mean, the truth is that a community of successful Black people who were succeeding under capitalism were directly targeted because
they were not
of that
success. It was a conflict.
Yes.
It was a conflict between a Black man, I believe it was a Black man.
It started when a Black man was accused of lynching, was accused of raping a woman. And then because of that, there was this anger and a mob started.
Inappropriate behavior with a woman. There was a conflict that occurred. The first shots rang out from Black people, shooting and killing several white people.
Yeah, what a fucking scumbag, man. I could never imagine willfully distorting your own history like this.
He didn't watch that documentary. He probably was on TikTok somewhere, seen clips of it, and just ran with his own theory. He didn't watch that documentary, bro. And it's either that or like somebody told him say stupid shit, and yeah, we're gonna make you look dumb, but we're gonna pay you in the process of looking dumb. Cause there ain't no way, bro, you watch that and that's what you came up with.
The man in question was named Dick Rowland. He was a shoe shiner in Tulsa. You know what he had the nerve to do? He tripped inside an elevator, went to steady himself, touched the arm of a white woman who was attending the elevator. She screamed. Another white woman behind a counter called the police and reported it as a grave, full on essay. He gets arrested, but the sheriff and the prosecutors knew it was complete and utter bullshit. They were going to turn him out. That's when the local paper runs an article entitled Nab the Negro and how the sheriff was about to let him out. A lynch mob forms around the jail. The black men who he's referring to were mostly World War I vets who showed up to support the cops, to support law enforcement against the lynch mob. And eyewitnesses described the first shots as coming from a struggle between a white man trying to disarm a vet. Something goes off in the course of that struggle. Both sides start firing, but the cops, importantly, the sheriff, was firing at the lynch mob on the side of the black men who had showed up to support them. There was one side who was clearly in to extrajudicial killings, and it was not the black community.
So how many black people were killed in total?
Oh, I don't know how many black people killed in total. I just know black people fired
Well,
the
I
first
do.
shot.
Can I tell you? It was 300.
How many
And
white
that's
people were
like a
killed?
low
How many white people
estimate.
were killed?
Not as many.
12, possibly 13. While 300 black people were killed, another 10,000 were hospitalized, with 6,000 interned.
What was he trying to imply? I understand now why people feel the way they feel about this man. I do. It make me angry to see some of these people get the success that they get and it be really just built off of pure hatred and ignorance. You used your I'm gonna shut up.
They were all functionally homeless for years after that point in time.
Because it was a riot
Because
against
what
the
happened
black
was white people
community.
came up into Tulsa, Oklahoma. It became a
Can I ask you a
violent
question?
confrontation, and white people overran the black people in that
Can I ask
confrontation.
you? Because
Yeah, overran is an interesting way to put it, when it was really just a white mob burning everything to the ground with air support. They bombed Tulsa, which is still kind of a controversial element, right? So when Oklahoma did an official investigation in 2001, they still weren't willing to acknowledge that the state was clearly involved. They wouldn't state it explicitly, but logically, how the fuck else did they have access to air support in which they could bomb the residents of Tulsa? And you know what they all did after that point in time? Made postcards out of it. Yeah. Featuring some of the charred corpses so they could send it to other white folks and say, look at what we did. This is something you should be proud of too, disgusting motherfucker.
it kind of feels like you're defending the race rioters.
I'm not defending any race riots. I'm saying
It
it's a
does.
conflict that happened.
Can you
You're saying
acknowledge that
it's
this is
targeted.
one example in
You're
which white
saying-
people hurt black
No,
people
no,
unjustly?
you're saying
You just said this is one.
what you're trying to say is that black people are doing their own thing, and a bunch of white people just came up and destroyed all their property just because.
Yes.
That wasn't what happened.
That
It was a conflict.
So
It was a
Nigga, what are you talking about? You keep saying it was a conflict. You are the fucking conflict. You are the conflict. If I hear you say that word one more time, my nigga. What do you mean? A white woman lied on a black man. That started everything. They ran through the entire town, burnt everything down, and shot and killed everybody that they possibly could. They bombed the place. What are you talking about? Oh, there was a couple of white people who got killed too. 10, 12 out of 300. You telling me they didn't ask for that? You telling me they weren't envious of what they had going on? Yo, what? Yeah, and this is who y'all listen to.
Conflict that occurred that caused that to happen.
But you
Nope, that's exactly what happened. The events themselves started with Dick Rowland, but the primary impetus for the white community was destroying Black Wall Street. They could not stand to see successful Black people. Not only that, but the state viewed it as a problem as well, and why they rezoned as quickly as they did. How are we supposed to reinforce this racial hierarchy and convince all these dumb, poor fucking crackers that they're better than all of these rich, successful Black people? That's not going to work. We got to rezone this immediately and fuck every one of them over in the process, and then just bury it all in our history.
are arguing the whole point of this prompt is that Black people hurt the Black community more than white people.
So,
And these are some examples of white people hurting the Black community. And every time I give you one, you say no.
let's give an example of
Well done. Hate his ass the fuck up.
A 5-year-old child could have had a better debate than that. You should not have been up there, brother, at all. And this is one of the single most embarrassing debates I've ever seen. And I don't watch them a lot, but ever since you've been speaking on Nolan Wales, and I've been side-eyeing how you've been trying to advocate for that side, you haven't took no consideration of the Wales family. It just seems like you're more on a offensive than you are trying to actually assist in bringing justice to them. This came or couldn't have come at a more perfect time. That was a slaughter. They were envious, jealous. They hated the fact that there was someone outside of their race doing better than they were at that particular time in that location, and they couldn't stand to see it. So they took it away from them. That white woman set the fire, it spread, and now you, generations later, use your platform to try to defend this BS. Yeah, I'm glad I don't follow you. I'm glad I don't listen to you. And the only people I think that would, they love the pandering shit, because that's what you do. You're a great panderer and grifter. You don't care about nothing but the money. As long as you're getting paid, you don't care who like it or not. You're going to keep talking about it. That was humiliating, though. Absolutely. Shout outs to the leftist Himothy.